Today we are going to be reading a story called If You Were a Fraction by Tricia Speed Shanskin and illustrated by Francesca Carabelli. If you were a fraction, 1/2. You could always be part of something. You could be one wedge of an apple, 2 pieces, 1, 2, of pie, 3 wedges of a pear, 1, 2, 3, or 4 slices of pizza, 1, 2, 3, 4. If you were a fraction. If you were a fraction, you would be one or more equal parts of a whole. The hungry hippo eats a fraction of every pizza on the buffet table. He takes 1/2 of the vegetarian pizza. Here that is. 1/2. It was a whole, but he took half of it. 1/2. 1/8 of the sausage pizza and 1/4 of the cheese pizza. So here's the 1/8. This whole pizza was cut up into 8 equal parts, but he took 1 of those 8s. 1/8. Here is the cheese pizza. It was cut up into 4 equal parts. 1, 2, 3, 4. He took 1/4, 1 out of those 4 equal pieces of pizza. If you were a fraction, you could be divided into 3 equal parts. You would be thirds. 1, 2, 3. Jenny juggles 3 red balls. 1 ball falls. Jenny has dropped 1/3 of the balls. So here we have her balls. 1, 2, 3. She has dropped 1 of those balls. 1 out of 3, 1/3. Joey juggles 3 green balls. 2 balls fall. Joey has dropped 2/3 of the balls because there was 3. 1, 2, 3, which would be 1/3, 1/3, 1/3. But he dropped 2 of them. So 2/3 of the balls fell. If you were a fraction, you could be divided into 2 equal parts. You would be halves. The zany zebra's flag is 1/2 white and 1/2 black. The loopy leopard's flag is 1/2 yellow and 1/2 black. Again, they are equal parts, 1/2. The proud peacock's flag is 1/2 green and 1/2 purple. I notice that again, they are equal parts. They are the same size, same shape. 1/2. If you were a fraction, you could be divided into 4 equal parts. You would be fourths. Oh my goodness. One window has 4 equal parts or panes. If one pane is broken, 1/4 of the window is broken. So here we have a window. It's divided into 4 equal window panes. This section here we could call 1/4, 1/4, 1/4, 1/4, and that all together would be a whole. If one is broken, as the picture shows, 1/4 of the window is broken. If 3 panes are broken, 3/4 of the window is broken. So we go from 1/4, because all these are not broken. But here we'll go to 3 are broken. 1/4, 1/4, and 1/4. And 1/4 plus 1/4 plus 1/4 makes 3/4, because 3 out of the 4 are broken. This one here is still not broken. If you were a fraction, you could be divided into 8 equal parts. You would be 8ths. Robin slices a raspberry pie into 8 pieces. Each bird gets 1 piece. Each bird gets 1/8 of the pie. So if we're looking here at the birds, they have taken this raspberry pie and they have divided it up into 8 equal pieces. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 birds. They each want a piece. So they divided it into 8 pieces. They are the same size and the same shape, so it's fair. And there is 8 pieces. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Equal size. Fractions must be equal. If you were a fraction, you could be divided more than once. You would be 1 unit divided into equal parts. Josie and Jackie split the yummy candy bar. They each have 1/2. We deal with that often in our lives. These are real world connections. So again, we have 1 candy bar. This was 1 whole candy bar. They've broken it up into halves. 1, 2. She gets half, 1/2 and 1/2, which makes, if we put it back together, 1 whole candy bar. But then Johnny and Joey show up. Josie and Jackie split each part again. Now the candy bar is in 4 pieces, so it was 1 whole. Then they broke it into half, but 2 more friends showed up, so they need to break their halves. So now they broke their halves and they've got 1/4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1/4 piece each. Josie, Jackie, Johnny, and Joey each have 1/4 of the candy bar. So again, they had a whole, they split it in half, but then 2 more people showed up. We've had that happen before, and we have to break it again into equal parts. So they each got 1/4. If you were a fraction, you could be part of a set. A set is a group that has something in common. Luis, the tiger trainer, has a set of 3 flaming hoops. 1, 2, 3. Ooh, flaming hoops. Fanny, the tiger, jumps through the first flaming hoop. So jumps through the first one. Or we could say he jumped through 1/3 of the flaming hoop. Since there are 3, he jumped through 1/3. Fanny jumps through the second flaming hoop. Fanny has now jumped through 2/3, because 2 out of 3 of the flaming hoops. Fanny jumps through the 3rd flaming hoop, and now Fanny has jumped through 3/3 of the set. 1, 2, 3. 3/3. This 1, 2, 3. 1/3. Now it would be 2/3. This would be 3/3. That makes a whole. Now Fanny has jumped through 3/3 of the set, or 1 whole set, since they did all 3. If you were a fraction, you could be compared to other fractions. Buck, Buttercup, and Betsy made 6 cookies. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, or 3, and 3 I know is 6. Or I could count it 2, 4, 6. Buttercup gets 1 of the 6 cookies. She has 1/6. Since there's 6 of them, she took 1, so that's 1/6. Bucket gets 2 of the 6. Oh, he has 2. He has 2/6. or 1/3 of the cookies. This is for the upper grades. We have 2/6, and it can be reduced down to 1/3. Betsy gets 3 of the cookies. 1, 2, 3. She has 3/6, or 1/2, because if she took 3 of those cookies, that is her taking half of what was there. So she has half the cookies. 1/6 is the smallest of the fractions. Buttercup has the fewest cookies. 3/6 is the largest. Betsy has the most cookies. Comparing sizes. You would always be part of a whole if you were a fraction, because your equal pieces for a fraction all together make one whole. There you go. I hope you learned a little bit and enjoyed the story at the same time. We are all working on fractions. Keep up the great work.